everyone, and welcome back to Stereotypical Podcast, the podcast where we talk about anything and everything. I'm here with my co-hosts, Short Requiem, also known as Brandel, and Braden. I'll go ahead and let them introduce themselves.
Hello, I am Braden. I am joined by my two friends, Totsugeki, and Step 1 Dive Kick, Step 2 Profit.
Oh,
Thank you.
Who is that, mind you? May I ask?
You're Totsugeki.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm Dive Kick and Profit.
Okay.
I was workshopping the nicknames for you guys because for Tyler it would have been like the other one I had come up with was I'm not a furry. The ears, it's just the ears. And for Brandel, it would have been like, I swear she's a 10,000-year-old dragon, I promise.
Oh my god.
Hey, wait,
I guess.
for that line of thought, for me it was, I promise I only downloaded that ironically.
Yeah, sure. That's just what you tell yourself. That's the easy way out.
It's funny, bro. It was just ironic.
It is funny.
I think I would do that seriously, man.
Okay, here's the thing, though. It's you even if it was for the joke, it's the fact that you still did download it, right?
Yeah, but I did it ironically, therefore absolving me of any wrongdoing.
Okay, wait, but is it still there?
Huh?
Is it still installed?
I messaged her ironically, by Mr. Hansen. Chris, don't hurt me.
No. I promise. I only did it because I was drunk.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Can I go get a ticket? You want pizza?
Actually, you know what? Pizza does sound really fucking good right now.
It always
Order
does.
me Domino's.
Hey, what's your Addy? I'll send it to you. Like, I'm not even shitting you. I'll do it.
I know you would. That's what I'm telling you no now, because I was gonna try to be jumped the gun on it. I don't even think they're open. Everything closes like at 10 around here.
I'll find one that's open that will deliver to you.
It'll be here by tomorrow, but yeah.
Yeah, like at 2:00 in the morning again.
He will make you.
I'll get you your lava cakes.
Oh, I miss those.
For old time's sake, man.
Yeah,
Oh
maybe this time around we could avoid binging this season of Game of Thrones and whatnot.
Yeah, that'd be good. So before we continue with the deep inside jokes,
Yeah.
Which we don't really need to explain because maybe I'll edit that out. Maybe I won't. Maybe that'll be an end bit.
Pretty self-explanatory.
It is. Yeah. I might keep the CP stuff in there, just.
Oh, Jesus. Jesus Christo.
Anyways, my fighting game nickname is Wake Up Dragon Punch.
Oh my god. Okay. So, I guess since Braden, you haven't been able to start, we'll let you start with your topic.
Oh man, you really are doing me a great honor here.
Yeah. Do you want me to edit it again, where I just like put music behind your intro and?
No, I don't think that's necessary. This is going to be more of like a scientific study.
Oh,
I know how I can edit this.
Oh no. All right, so human beings, we like to think that we are logical creatures, right? But we are mostly emotion-driven.
yes.
And in the interest of being driven by emotion, humans sometimes enjoy things that are objectively trash. Right? And so I went down a little rabbit hole pretty recently over the last couple of nights where I was trying to find the stupidest monster movies. We're talking like B-movie schlock. Right?
Mhm.
And so I want to tell you about a few that I have found, and I want to hear if you guys have had any interesting ones that you have seen.
Okay.
Right? And we are going far below the barrel than just Sharknado.
That's like
All right.
pinnacle.
It is not the pinnacle, I can tell you that much. So the first one that I want to tell you about is called The Stuff. And the movie is literally called The Stuff.
What is the stuff's about?
It is about the stuff, Brandel.
Yeah, that gives me no context. It makes me mad. Already.
Yeah, just like that movie.
Yeah.
So The Stuff is about a company that are mining, and then they find a white goop, and they decide that they want to eat it. And then they mass market it to people, and it's just called The Stuff. It's just a white goo. That's it. And people are just eating it.
Oh my god.
And it turns you into a zombie.
I see. I was gonna say, how did they turn this into an hour-long movie?
They barely do. They barely do. Trust me, we are scraping the bottom of the barrel. But it is a white goo that is supposed to be creamier than ice cream and have 0 fat and 0 calories.
Mm.
But it is a parasite.
Oh, that is hilarious. Okay.
And the movie is literally just like people trying to find out like what's wrong with it and trying to tell people, hey man, this stuff is actually really bad for you. It's going to turn you into a zombie. And people are going, nah, but it tastes good. And that's the entire movie.
It's like COVID.
And apparently, I Googled it real quick. It was released in 1985.
Oh.
It looks like what? Brandel, can you describe what The Stuff looks like?
So, well, I could, but I'd rather just say the literal description that they give you here. And this is the whole thing. A delicious, mysterious goo that oozes from the earth is marketed as the newest dessert sensation. But the tasty treat rots more than just teeth when zombie-like snackers who only want to consume more of the strange substance at any cost begin infesting the world. But in the picture, though, it looks like straight up cum. And it's the guy is like zombified, and it's coming out of its mouth and his eyes specifically. It's kind of horrifying.
That's amazing.
And like they're filling up. It looks like a Jello mold.
Oh yeah,
and it looks like they just filled it up with cum.
Yeah, so that's what it looks like in the picture, but I'm looking at snippets of the little thing. Some of it looks like just marshmallow fluff, but some of it is coming out of a toilet, and some of it, I mean, it's different textures in like every scene. It's weird.
That's
Does it make you hungry?
No, it makes me want to gag and throw up.
Well, we're just getting started. Right. So as I said before, I went down a rabbit hole, right? We're talking we're talking like OG YouTube binging top 10s, watch Mojo bullshit. We're talking about that kind of loophole, right?
Okay.
Have you guys ever heard of the movie Society?
No.
Well, that movie is about a kid living in Beverly Hills. And the monster of that movie is literally just an incest orgy monster fusing together. Actually, I've heard that one's actually not a bad movie.
Lit? Okay.
Right? So what I'm trying to say is there's been shitty horror the entire time that horror's been a thing.
Yeah.
Right? So essentially, Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey did nothing wrong.
Is
I
that
mean,
what
they really
it's all
did.
up to? I love it.
Dude, I watched it again, and every time I watch it, it just gets worse.
My God. So it's funny that you're doing this because our mutual friend Wesley is super into horror, as you know. And we had a horror night, like horror movie night recently, and we watched a bunch of like shitty, like 70s horror films.
That's
Those are the best ones.
It was there was this one that it's gonna be really hard to explain the plot, but essentially I think they were in Wyoming. It was these two cops investigating a series of murders that were happening in their town, right? And then one of the business owners, for some reason, was like involved in the murders, but like the murders were happening from these like really weird, what's it called? It's the claymation like evil creatures that were like aliens. Like one was like a legit alien, and then another one's like this tree thing. It'd like pick up people, smash them against like a cabin, and then there's like boobs in one scene, and Keldon was really excited about that.
I was about to say that's probably the only scene that you remember vividly.
I decided to get a little drunk, and it made the movie that much better.
Well, of course. How else do you enjoy it?
But there was really no plot.
It would be so easy to solve a murder in Wyoming. Okay, we found a dead body. Find the only other person who lives in this state. He's probably the one who did it.
Yeah, that's very true. But I don't know if it was in Wyoming. And then for some reason there was like Native American literature lore in it that had absolutely nothing to do with the plot moving forward. They just used like Native American totem poles.
Are you talking about Thanksgiving?
No.
A horror movie where it's literally just a possessed turkey, and then the first scene of the movie is a pioneer woman running with her boobs out.
I'm gonna have to tell that one to Keldon because Keldon might want to watch that.
Well,
yeah, it's called Thanksgiving, and it's the thing.
You should tell him to watch Zombieland.
Oh yeah, Zombieland's a good one.
First introduction of the secrets is the woman, naked, zombified woman running at you, and her tits are to her knees.
Yeah, but that's not like the boobies that he wants. Keldon wants to see live boobies, like live boobies in horror movies, because horror movies always have boobies.
Sure, that's true. I mean,
speaking of movies where the first one was excellent, then the second one was a waste of time and did nothing but ruin the first one. Yeah, Zombieland 2 was such disappointment.
Yeah, well, I relate those movies similar to every other movie of this type of like Michael Bay movies.
Yeah,
you watch them.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Does that correlate with you guys?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, dude, it's like going into like they're like, oh, hey, Ridley Scott's making a new Alien movie. And then you just go up to the theater and you just look at the screen and see Michael Fassbender making out with himself.
Amazing.
I didn't sign up for this. I want to see the cool aliens, Ridley.
No, you
Why
signed
is
up
he-
for Michael Fassbender's ass, and you know you did.
Michael
lie to yourself.
Fassbender making out with Michael Fassbender while they're like, I'll do the finger rings.
That is the male fantasy.
Oh my lord.
Making out with yourself while trying to teach yourself how to play the flute.
Yes.
I'll do the finger rings. You just blow.
Oh, good shit. That is good.
I just wanted
shit.
aliens, man. I just wanted aliens.
Yeah, that's
and, like,
fair.
And then I saw the Xenomorph, and I was like, I've been hurt before by you, Ridley Scott. I won't forget about Prometheus. What makes me you think I can trust you again? He's like, nah, man. We got the Xenomorphs. It'll be okay. And it wasn't okay.
Never okay.
My God. Prometheus was fucking wild. That was a weird movie.
Hey, man, check this out. We're going to make her give birth to, like, a womb snake.
Oh my god.
That was weird. Some weird shit.
She has to C-section herself, and we're going to get way into it.
Yep. Oh, dear God. Ugh. That scene was brutal. That whole movie was just so... Like, it was weird because it had those moments where you're like, huh, this is interesting. And then immediately they make it way less interesting. Just, I feel like they over-explained, you know? I think that was the...
No, that's
main fault of
exactly
the
what
movie.
it was. And I'm like, hey, Alien versus Predator. I wanted like more story, and then you gave me Prometheus.
Yep.
Just a one big letdown, right?
It's like, can you guys not do anything right? It's
Apparently
like
not.
no
man.
predator. I do not think autism is a superpower.
It depends on who you ask.
According to that movie, the predators believe that autism is our future evolution.
Oh god.
Well, you know.
I'm trying to. I don't watch. I realize I haven't watched a lot of horror movies in quite some time. I used to be really big into them. But then I find myself being very picky in watching them. Because not that I don't enjoy bad horror movies, it's just I want there to be a good horror movie, and there are very few that are.
Have you seen the new Stephen King one?
I have not.
Well, what's it called? My God, this is gonna piss me off.
I'll just Google new Stephen
The Boogeyman.
Boogeyman. Is that
Yep.
what it's-
Buddy man.
Yeah, The Boogeyman. There's a Stephen King. Yeah, it's an adaptation. Apparently, that shit is like
Horrifying.
genuinely scary. Yeah.
The problem is the last time Brendel and I went to watch a horror movie, he threw up because the turkey baster
I knew
getting
exactly
shoved
what
in
you were
the
gonna
old
say.
man's mouth.
That was generally horrifying in my own right, and I did gag, and I don't remember if I did throw up or not. But
It dripped with cum, dude. Like,
yeah, it's disgusting. It was such. It was. I feel like I don't know if it was based on anything. I hope not. That's horrifying if it is. But I feel like that whole scene inspired the whole movie with how they paid attention to detail in that. It's just horrifying.
yeah.
You were just too busy flavoring your popcorn.
He's got to add the secret sauce. You know.
Oh, we probably should say what movie we're talking about. What is it called? I totally don't remember.
It was Don't Breathe.
Yeah, Don't Breathe or
Which,
something like that. Yeah.
as a whole, I actually liked it as like a decent like horror film, aside from like the horrific turkey baster scene.
You don't like cum dripping right in front of you in like 4K in a big theater?
Yeah, big screen. Yeah, I don't need that.
The old man's coming out and it's like, I would never rape anybody. while putting a turkey baster in the microwave.
The problem that I have with it in specific, I'm pretty sure the whole thing was filled. And it's like, why is it so much?
Yeah.
Hey, it's an old man. Sure. What else does he have to do with his time?
Not just to dig into it, because every horror movie has stuff that you could dig into it pretty much. But him specifically, but he complained about not having enough, or he was on a shortage or using his last few vials or whatever. With the amount he used, he probably could have spread that out even longer if he needed to. But no, anyway,
you gotta be practical with your cum use.
I can't believe I have to keep waiting for girls to try to sneak in and steal my fortune.
Yes, that's a standard old man problem.
Now, what am I going to do with this freezer of my own nut?
Just keep it to yourself. That's what.
High in protein.
Please. Oh yeah, the cookbook.
Yeah, you could turn it into some meals. Just a little slurry, little shake.
High protein, low cal.
Yeah. Just gargle it down like it's some eggs, man. That's. I'm just trying to make you puke, Brandel.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying not to listen, to be honest with you. But
I was a lad.
About halfway between both of you talking, trying to go into detail, I was like, I'm just gonna talk.
You knew what was happening.
Yeah, I was like, nope, not gonna know. Yeah, I don't want to gag.
He's like trying to drink water. Come on, it's our third episode. Third time's the charm.
Actually, I have Sprite if you need to know. With ice. Nice. And a giant thermos.
What would it taste like if you mixed milk with it?
No, I'm not gonna find out. But
you don't want to have the spilky.
Oh, I know. Why is it called a spilky? That sounds so horrifying. But that's
it's at McDonald's. You have to use McDonald's. You have to use McDonald's Sprite though, so it's extra carbonated. Otherwise, it's just called Spilt.
Yeah, well, it'd be a mixed spilky if you use McDonald's one.
Oh yeah, mixed spilky to go with your Grimace shake.
Never again. Did I tell you recently we went there again? I think this location is just fucked. But we got shakes, and every single one of them was over concentrated again. And I was like, okay, we're just never coming back here again.
Brandel, I'm pretty sure if you go and drink multiple Grimace shakes and they all taste super concentrated, I just think you're tasting a regular ass Grimace shake.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't get a Grimace shake this time. I got no, because I didn't want it in a meal. I just wanted the shake, and so I got a strawberry one, and then I think Michaela got an Oreo one, or like the frappe or whatever. They eat ice cream, regular ice cream with Oreo bits.
Oh, they're McFlurry.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go. Okay. Well, yeah. So, I think honestly, with us talking about cum and then about the Grimace shake, which was also about like pedophiles, it's a really good segue into my topic.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see how you go here. I'm so curious.
So anyways, the Catholic Church.
Oh, okay. Good opening. You already
What are you doing now?
The papacy.
The nearest elementary school is at least kilometers away.
Yeah, you're not allowed here. Anyways. So the Catholic Church, which is the world's most evil organization in the history of mankind, and anyone wants to argue with me, no, the Catholic Church has caused more death and more
CIA
murder.
is just wiping its brow going, it wasn't us this time.
Oh, yeah, they're probably happy about that. Anyways, the U.S. decided to bail out the Catholic fucking Church with $1.4 billion in 2020 with the coronavirus tax reform after the Catholic Church lobbied for it. They actually may have gotten over $3.5 billion from the pandemic relief efforts. And it was because they were running out of money from paying off sex abuse victims from their papacy. And do you have any idea?
Weren't they supposed to get those payouts done like 30-something years ago?
Well, yeah, quite well. I think like 6 years ago now.
I think it's more of it's come a shed to light kind of thing right now.
Well, that and more are happening. It's still fucking happening.
Yeah, it's horrifying.
It's like it's like the thing about cops is like maybe if you make something where people gain power and you say only good people are allowed to join, you're still going to get some people who just want power.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Well, here's the other thing, though. The Catholic Church has kind of bred that into their system completely. I like there's a whole bunch of things with like the cop system where it was like founded by a bunch of Irishmen who were kind of racist, and like racism is kind of steeped into the culture that for a lot of, not all of them obviously, but for a good chunk of like the police force and from the way that they were managed. And because like if you go back in history long enough, when we started doing like a police force, like a real security force, they were all essentially super racist, and then like they would only hire like, and you don't even have to go back that far. You go back into the 50s, and so that the institution, there is a problem, right? There is a problem.
Yeah, because if you go back into the 30s, Great Britain had some fun things to do with the Irish.
Yes, and Irish hated everyone, especially people who weren't white. Sadly.
Well, you know.
Yeah.
No, I also hated you if you were white.
Yeah, but like less so. A little less so, for sure. Anyways, but that's neither here nor there. Okay, right? We're talking about the people that I hate most on this earth, which is the Catholics, specifically Roman Catholics. I hate them. I hate them all. And if you're a Roman Catholic, fuck you. You should know. You look into your church's history, and it is evil. It is evil to its goddamn core. Emperor, not Nero, Constantine, or whoever, changed a whole bunch of doctrine from the original Christian beliefs just to fit and conform to his like people's standards, and then he made Jesus white for some fucking reason. Yeah. Anyways. But the whole system has essentially enabled these child pedophiles. And part of it, too, is because a lot of them are homosexual. And so they feel, really repressed in there. They're also not allowed to like marry or have, take wives and whatnot. So that causes a bunch of like sexual buildup for them. And unfortunately, children are usually the victims because they're easier to manipulate and they're easier to take advantage of. You can't really, it's harder to take advantage and manipulate an adult than it is a child. It's very easy to manipulate a child. So that is the reason why.
Taxes, rethink that statement.
Okay, listen. And this is part of it. This is why I'm so mad. The Catholic Church doesn't pay fucking taxes, and they still were entitled to the relief payout. That could have been used for fixing up roads, for fixing an education system, for, setting up anything to help actual abuse victims and not fund a fucking corrupt and evil church.
Tyler, I knew I corrupted you to go anti-religion, but I didn't think I affected you this much.
Oh, dude, I've always hated the Catholics. Are you kidding me? Catholic Church. But basically all of Catholicism. Oh my God. It's just like, how do you sit there? Actually, I know how. You grow up in it and you don't think about it, right? Just like with Mormonism, you grow up in it, you don't think about it, and you put blinders on. People need to take their blinders off and actually look at the fucking history.
Tyler says, "Wake up, sheeple."
Thank you. I was hoping you were going to touch on the Mormons there too. I was going to say it's not just them.
I know it's not just them.
I've heard similar rumors and trails out in Utah.
Bad
it's
here.
because the Mormon Church just got fined $2 million because they were embezzling billions.
Yep.
And they weren't claiming it. They were hiding it behind like 3 different accounts all at once. And all of a sudden, every single temple is getting renovated.
Yeah. Well, and what's funny to me too is that actually caused a pretty big exodus for a lot of people from the church. And they were all like, well, prophets shouldn't be able to lie. I'm like, dude, they've been lying for years. They changed doctrine. I mean, the founder lied all the fucking time and just would say, oh, God told me to hide this.
Of course.
No. I only married the 12-year-old. I can't do it.
I didn't have sex. Mary didn't catch me plowing her. Like, what are you talking about?
What? Dude, she's 12. She's old enough to marry, not old enough to sex.
Okay, I didn't remember that detail. Was that true? 12?
Well, no. So she was 16.
God, still though.
It's awful. Yeah, it's awful. And then he would send men away on missions and then marry their wives and their daughters at the same time.
Didn't David from the Bible do the same thing?
Yes. And he got God hated him for it. And that was like Bathsheba and stuff. So, totally chill for Joseph to do it.
Apparently.
Yeah, and Brigham Young totally didn't murder like an entire cops or anything.
He enslaved Native Americans too, and the most fucked up part is that's like the one thing. I mean, this is really sad in American history that slavery was done, but Native Americans were allowed to own slaves, and they bought slaves, so they were viewed equal on that footing. But then Brigham Young was like, "Nah, fuck them. There are slaves."
Wow.
So they would capture their children and force them into indentured servitude or just really slavery for their lives.
Yep.
Yeah, and then they were like, nah, you guys know the mark of Cain from the Bible, signifier of the first sin. Yeah, that's a dark skin tone.
Yep. Oh my God. Yep.
It's okay if we enslave them and kill Jesus.
Yep. But yeah, so I really wanted to talk about that, and I don't know. Do you guys think that should be fair? That any institution that doesn't pay taxes, do you think they should have been entitled to any sort of payout? I mean, it's egregious in this case because the Catholics used it to essentially refund themselves from their court battles where they had their priests sexually abusing minors, and they for some reason needed $1 billion fucking dollars for that.
Do you think the Catholic Church went to the people who got those payouts and was like, nah, 10% tithing, man, come on, you gotta give me 10% of all income?
Oh my God. So, the thing is, I don't even know how to explain this. It's such a problem everywhere. And I'm sure you could find some trace of it in most religions. I'm not going to say everyone because
I will.
Well, that's fair, to be honest with you. But I mean that in the sense of I don't have enough knowledge in between other religions, just because after growing up in Utah and being part of the church and just finding myself not really feeling a part of it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just kind of find myself closed out from others. But at the same time, I try to listen to other people's views too. At the same time,
Pop quiz, Brendel. How was the first circumcision performed?
Oh my! Yeah, I don't want to talk about that. But it's not right with them. They're not entitled to any amount of money. I mean, a lot of people are giving away 10% of their income, or if not more, and a lot of people can't even afford to do that and using it for the very wrong purposes. You find very few people And the people that are good in those religions or whatever they're doing, who are trying to do stuff for good, the people who hold the power always use it for negative stuff, and that just doesn't work out.
Well, I mean, that's what any religion really is. Any religion that has a power or hierarchy in it, like a system in it, it's just used to manipulate people, and it always has been. There are some good pastors who just kind of open up a church because they're like, hey, just come and worship. That's because that's what we want to do, and we want to be good. And there are good things that you can learn from the Bible, right?
Just remember, you have to come to confession and tell me all of your dirty secrets.
Yeah, so I can use them to blackmail you later, like the Catholics did to quite a few emperors. It's whatever. Fucking popes. Holy men, my ass. Okay. But besides that, so let's just say this is just a regular church, right? There's no, pedophilia shit going on at all.
So it's no longer a regular church.
Okay.
And I'm sorry. I would like to argue that in a better light, you could call it a cult and still be better off than calling it a church.
Sometimes.
What's the difference between a religion and a cult?
The leader's still alive.
I was about to say, in a cult, there's someone at the top who knows it's all bullshit. In a religion, that person's dead.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, not to go ahead with what you were saying.
Anyway, so let's just say it's a normal church. Nothing crazy is going on, but they're losing funding because it was COVID, right? So they weren't able to keep up their lifestyle. Do you think that since they don't pay taxes at all, right, here in America, they should have been entitled to any of that relief compensation?
I mean, as long as nothing is similar to what higher up religions are doing, not sex trafficking and sexually abusing minors and all that,
So when the Catholic Church, when the IRS comes knocking on your door, you're like, oh, why are you making me do this? But when the Catholic Church does it, where's my bailout, government?
Yeah. Well, that's kind of that's what I'm saying. It's like if a church doesn't pay taxes at all and the IRS can't really interact with them, they're not as at risk as a bunch of other small businesses that had to close down, right?
Yeah.
So why did the Catholic Church get $1 billion of the $654 billion plan? They got 1/600th of it, which is fucking ridiculous, if not more. It sounds like they got more, to be honest.
Oh my God.
It is extremely simple. If the restaurant that closed down the street says, don't vote for this political candidate,
they don't
it's
care.
not going to stop anyone from voting for or against that political candidate.
Mm-hmm.
If the Catholic Church says, hey, don't vote for this person, that person's not getting elected.
Yeah, I get that they have a lot of sway, but other churches were allowed to do it too. So let's just say it's like your run-of-the-mill Joe Schmo church. They don't pay taxes.
Yeah,
Should they be entitled to it?
Smell.
Well, yeah, Joseph Smo. But let's say this church only has like 1,000 followers, right? They don't pay taxes. I get like the pastor kind of relies on donations and shit. Yeah. But get a real fucking job during that time then. Like everyone else who's struggling. You didn't have to pay taxes on any of your income for X amount of years, so who cares?
Because the other red what's the fucking word? Red flag. I just could not think of the name for that. Anyway, the red flag for that is you're just giving money to somebody that you may not hardly know, or even if you do know personally, how do you know what the fuck they're going to be doing with it? There's no contract or whatever or business set up for that because technically they're not supposed to be interacting with the government, and usually they handle all the in-betweens of all that too for legality purposes.
Yeah.
But it's okay because you get to go to heaven now.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, you kill all the Muslims for me, I'll send you to a heaven. The Crusades.
I say no still, to be honest with you. Just no.
No, I don't think they deserve to be. Like, if you don't pay taxes, for one, I don't think you should be entitled to things that taxes pay for.
Yeah.
And two, like, I don't subscribe to any particular kind of religion, so even then, I don't think they should.
Yeah. I kind of figured you guys would agree with me on this. I got reminded of it a couple days ago, and I was like fired up. I'm still fired up. It pisses me off so much.
It puts me in a violent rage. Like, if they were right in front of me, I would not hesitate to beat the shit out of them. You know what
You guys want to hear how much money that they had to spend on the fucking sexual abuse? So they had 4,500 sexual abuse cases just in the U.S. alone. They spent $282 million in 1 year, and then $106 million 5 years prior. And they kept spending like $200 million plus for like a few years.
Mm-hmm.
So they were bled out of money, which is a good thing. I think anyone that fucking evil that does that to kids deserves to be bled out and like have their church or whatever just go into hell.
Yeah.
Oh.
Did they bleed out of the nail holes in their hands?
God damn it. But yeah, it is. Oh man, let's see. They spent $20,000 to lobby the U.S. Senate on eligibility for nonprofits, and then $30,000 to lobby on the act and other issues as well for CARES Act. And pushed, and the lobbying obviously really paid off. I mean, they only spent $50,000 and they got $1 billion fucking back. So, goddamn stupid ass.
You guys seen those videos that compare $1 million to $1 billion?
Yeah.
It's an absurd amount how different that is. And they should not have that kind of money. Ever.
Yeah, okay, my cat wants in. 1 sec.
I was about to say, like, your cat wants in, my snake thinks I'm food right now because I just put down the gecko. Dude, calm your... You don't have arms or legs or tits, but, like, calm down, dude. I'm not food.
So, is it chicken ramen?
Yeah.
Chicken ramen. I forgot that was his name.
I will admit, that is the cutest snake I've ever seen. So
That's not exactly a high compliment coming from you.
It isn't, yeah.
Well, that is a high compliment because otherwise he would never have said it in the first place.
Yeah, it's true. You're right.
Just saying, that's like the highest praise coming from Tyler.
You know what, Tyler? You know what, Tyler? Your eldest son is my favorite nephew.
Oh, what? You don't like the youngest? Oh, what's your problem with Riften? See, he cries too much.
He can't communicate.
I mean, neither can really Ev. He's better at it, but
much like you saying, my snake is the cutest snake. I hate children.
Yeah, I get that. I do.
Yeah,
your sons, and Brandel, your daughter, don't fall into that label of children I hate.
Thanks for
winning by default.
Hey, I'll take it as a win.
Yeah.
Just saying. Positive. Even if it's on the low end of positive on your spectrum or perspective.
Yeah, don't be A negative.
Accusing me of being on the spectrum.
Yeah, that's what I said, but I didn't want to mean it that way. And so, yeah, I'm going to roll with that.
Are you saying that I'm autistic?
Well, I'm going to say that I am.
Hey, that's fair.
So, what now? So what?
I'm afraid it's terminal.
What do you do about it?
Okay.
Oh, that's why he thought I was food. My snake is going into shed.
Oh. He gets. I was gonna say fertile, but that's not the right word.
What?
He's breedable. The snake doesn't want to eat you; it wants to fuck you.
Randall.
Yes. I'm sorry. Wow. That really killed me. I'm sorry.
Like I said, there's a maybe your nickname should have been "I'm not a furry. I just like the cat ears."
Oh my
Hey.
god.
They're the best ones around, don't you know?
Tyler should be the.
Tyler should what?
Please tell me your topic, Randall, involves cat ears.
Cat? No, this does not involve cat ears, but it does kind of relate to Tyler's in the sense of recent news. Actually, I don't know how recent that thing is with the Catholic Church.
It was like 2 years.
Okay, so this is a lot more recent.
It's as recent as you want it to be.
So this is going for the last couple months, and I'm sure you guys have seen it everywhere. It's people freaking out over AI and the new things. Yeah, so all the new worries and threats that people are worried about losing their jobs and all that. I'm curious about your just thoughts and your inputs. I have a lot of suggestions between the news. There's a lot of funny headlines between the big news companies. A lot of them saying, "Pity me, we're all going to lose our jobs," which, you know, a lot of them are. And like the writers, for example, a lot of people are worried about losing their jobs in that regard for movies. And Saga, I think, SAG, I think it's called SAG.
SAG-AFTRA or whatever.
Yeah. Yes, there you go. And people going on strike. And technically, I found out Mark is part of that, even though he's his own company, kind of. Anyway, it's
because he's directing a horror movie.
Yes, but he's been done other stuff with them before too. But anyway, I see all kinds of this stuff, but there's a couple things that people don't really touch on in the fog of this. I don't know if you guys have heard of Hank Green. He's a pretty big science nerd. Anyway, he was actually going through a lot of stuff right now. He has cancer. Anyway, that's a...
He also loves big, juicy cocks.
He does,
I cannot confirm nor deny that, and I apologize.
No, his Tumblr says so. He loves them. Fishing boat proceed.
But he actually talks about AI-generated specific things that are used. I don't even know how to explain it. I should probably...
Wasn't he part of the people telling people in my industry, "No, bro, just learn how to code"?
I don't know. I've ever heard anything about that. But the AI-specific thing I'm talking about is they make specific AI-generated, not chat, but services, software, I don't even know what to call it, that can help decode genomes of like cancer cells and help destroy and replicate what it's going to take to kill whatever cell they're trying to identify. And usually, it's kind of crazy.
It's basically getting added into CRISPR.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
That project.
Yeah.
So it'd be super useful.
Yes, it's super exciting. But among that small reward, you get this mass flood of everybody hating on it. And I'm just curious if you guys have found anything unique that piques your interest or your thoughts on.
Well, it's going to make my cybersecurity... Huh?
What?
I don't think the technology has advanced enough where we have to worry about Skynet. My current battle with AI is the people who call themselves artists and use AI need to be punched in the mouth.
I have heard about that one, and it makes me laugh. I mean, at first it was just memes of people using it and ripping it off, and then it became an actual problem when it got better with the art. And there's a lot of examples that people are using.
Dude, it's the same thing as NFTs. The people pushing it are just they should just be slapped.
Although I will say I appreciate the AI generated songs that are sung by like animated characters like Cartman. I think I've sent you guys some of that. Or the SpongeBob AI generated episodes where they're singing songs or like crazy fucked up shit. Like one episode clip I saw on TikTok with SpongeBob talking to Patrick, and he's trying to take the lid off the pickle jar. And you guys remember that episode. And instead of saying, put your hand on the lid, he says, no, that's not the lid. That's
Blue Eyes White Dragon.
Blue Eyes White Dragon. You've seen it, yes. And he blows up the whole fucking Krusty Krab. It's
amazing.
Ridiculous. Yeah.
I think memes are fine, right? Mm-hmm. Like that should be fine, but the using it to like replace actual artist jobs or people who make these like entertaining things. One can argue creativity has been on a downhill trend for a while now, sadly. And maybe some of those movies I wouldn't really give a shit if they were AI scripted or not, but at the same time, I don't know.
I don't think they're good enough to be right now to generate a movie for it. You know what I'm saying?
Right?
Not yet, anyway. But
I don't know.
There's a lot of news articles that are saying it won't affect us until the year 2075, and I was like, well, you never know.
Oh no, they're way off on that. It's 10 years tops.
That's when the Patriots are going to enact their multi-year plan to take over our means and to protect their Patriots' legacy.
True.
Biden, you've got to delete the Patriots.
Senator Armstrong's going to be going for president.
Because as a human race species, I can see ourselves striving for that and doing that within 10 years, easy. Especially if we really want it. Or it could just die off like NFTs did. And
it's not. No, this has so much real world application, unlike NFTs. Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Every company is trying to build out the best one right now. It's an AI race and war.
It is. And
the Patriots.
So I forget the name of the dude who came up with it first or invented it first or publicly like published it first. I forget what kind of order it was in.
The guy who came up with like the math formula for like the learning. I
think so.
Is that who you?
Somebody was. I don't know if it was ChatGPT or some other fucking thing. Anyway, I'm very wrong, hazy in that regard. He said that some fucking dude. Sorry, I don't know. Anyway, I do remember what he was saying though. Is I don't regret creating it. It just means somebody else would have done it sooner than later, or sooner or later. Excuse me,
officer, you don't understand. If I didn't do it first, someone was going to come along and do it anyway.
Yeah. What's his name? It was some math guy from Germany who essentially came up with let's see. I guess the earliest substantial work was done by Alan Matheson Turing, or Alan Turing for computers, but the
Turing test. He created the 3 laws of robotics.
Yeah, but there's a guy who wrote essentially the formula that OpenAI is using right now. The learning curve formula that he made for math is what gets used in AI algorithms currently. And it is almost it is very good at mimicking our learning patterns, as we have all seen, and it has become insane. So
because the way it learns is the same way most people learn. Like scrolling through Twitter.
Mm-hmm. And, failing and passing. So it has like a grade curve.
Learning a little too many things that would have been said in a Modern Warfare 2 lobby.
Yeah.
On another lighter note for news, you guys probably know Linus Tech Tips, don't you? LTT.
Yeah. Linus's vaginas is.
Yes, there you go. That man, the myth, the legend. He also talked about AI generated stuff, and in terms of making chips, they have made AI systems that have figured out how to place the pins and the core counts and all the dies and how to orient it perfectly for the best and most efficient way and the most power for the CPU that they're trying to design with whatever they input. Yeah, it's crazy.
But can they sell me a PlayStation 5 that doesn't break?
I'm sure if it was applicable, Linus would make it happen. This is Linus.
We just gotta get big enough that we can have Linus make him a PS5 for him.
A custom built PS5. It won't even be
I was there on the day where they called you Linus's vaginuses.
Imagine. There's so much negative news on it that I don't think is necessary, and it's a lot of pity parties with other companies that don't need to be. Like Netflix as a company are having issues with the writers because of the unequal pay, and mind you, it's almost 10 times of a difference.
Well,
I was about to say Netflix having issues. I'm shocked. Actually, I'm not that shocked.
I know, it's insane.
I think the main issue is these companies are trying to use it to replace jobs, and they're not seeing it as a tool to enhance jobs.
Yes.
So what it should be doing is it should be used to like either lower your overhead, right? So like instead of needing a team of 20 coders, you probably only need like a team of 10. So unfortunately, like coding,
or you can erase your overhead and fire all of them.
See, and that would be silly, and your company would tank so fast. So, really, AI should just be used as a tool to enhance.
Not if we outsource the rest to an unspecified country across the ocean.
Yeah. It's, that's we've already been doing that. So, cheaper labor is always a goal for any entrepreneur that doesn't want to, give up their profits.
Which is why you tell your employees you'll give them a raise in 6 months, and then when they ask you for a raise, you tell them you have given me no justification, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, or that you say that they underperform. Or whatever, you come up with any excuse.
No, it was literally just, you have given me no justification. Fuck you.
Yeah.
Ask me again in 6 months.
My God. But, it is some crazy ass shit.
I honestly think it's a step in the direction that we need to go if we want to try to further ourselves as a species in a weird way, because it just helps unlock so many potential things that we've been having a hard time with. That we can't quantifiably understand with our own eyes, but a computer can pull it out its ass with some simple zeros and ones.
Are you hoping we go in the direction of Cyberpunk, or are we hoping we go in the direction of Dune?
More Dune.
Yeah. Well, yeah. The
spice.
As optimistic as I want to be, I feel like we feed off of anger and hatred, and so it's a toss. So I can see it going either way.
Yeah. Well, I kind of just want I either want AI to become something that's integrated with us.
Yes.
So, I mean, like, we already have phones, right? So we already have the ability to like have this information at our always at our tips.
Mm-hmm.
Always at our tips.
Always at our tips, man. Yeah. But all I think it's gonna do is, if we're able to have that information readily available, we're going to make less mistakes. It's like, I don't know. I think, doctors could use AI quite a bit. It's
so that brings up an interesting point, though. Not to cut you off, But because you've heard the man who owns Tesla, I can't remember his name.
Oh, Elon Musk.
Yeah, the
He owns
Mr.
a few.
Musk. Yeah, but he is the one who talks about Neuralink, and I feel like
He's the owner of it.
Right, I know, but my point was he if we had the full knowledge or better knowledge of AI and integrated it with a Neuralink, it'd be kind of crazy what we could do with it.
I am a little.
Elon Musk is over there sitting like, "Hey, we just shoved a chip inside this monkey, and now he could play Grand Theft Auto."
That's too.
I don't know. I think Neuralink would help, but at the same time, I'm worried about like if you'd like learn, or if it would just be we just become these people that just constantly know, or like it'd be kind of like having like imagine if your brain had the comprehensive human knowledge just always inside of it. I feel like that's what it'd be like. Yeah.
And then you set the Library of Alexandria on fire.
And then that might put us in a position of like being we get too comfortable with always knowing each other's thoughts or ideas, or it feels like there'd almost never be an original thought at some point.
Well, if we all had that level of like knowledge and we were all that intelligent, we would blow up the earth so fast.
Yeah.
Oh no, there's literally a book series on it.
Oh.
The first book is called The Knife of Never Letting Go, I believe.
I don't know it.
I'm not heard that either.
Basically, it takes place on another planet. Apparently there was a disease or something, and it makes men's thoughts readable.
Mm.
And so, like, their reaction to that is just to slaughter all the women.
Oh my god!
My god!
That was not what I was expecting. Okay.
That's
wild. And then the book gets like really culty and weird.
Yeah, holy cow!
Young adult teen dystopia books kind of took off after Hunger Games, not in a good way.
Yeah. Oh man, shit's wild, man. Life is just fucking wild. I'm glad that we kind of were. I'm both glad and a little upset that we're living like we essentially were born in that in-between stage where technology got into like this big boom while we were kids. So we never got to like really get into it or be a part of it while like really work with it. But at the same time, I still remember being able to play outside and having like, not so great video games or other stuff. And like,
I was about to say, you're saying it like it's a good thing, Tyler, but you realize that means you are going to be alive when the new Elder Scroll comes out and goes straight into the garbage.
Well,
I don't care. I'll still play it.
Me too. I mean, it's Skyrim, or anyway.
I mean, that's what it is. It'll be Skyrim, but in a new land, and that's fine.
Yep, that's what.
Diablo 4 came out broken.
If they don't fuck up that part, I'll be happy.
After that goes in the garbage, Mass Effect 4 is going to come out, go straight into the garbage.
Right, I'm so confused about like why they're doing 4.
They're making
more
4?
money, I guess. Yeah, they're making 4. It's supposed to be a continuation of Shepard's like overall story. I guess maybe not Shepard, but
no, it's Shepard.
It's Shepard. You're gonna be Shepard?
Yeah.
How?
Didn't the game end?
Paragon.
No, it'd be Renegade. The Renegade ending, right?
Oh,
no, Paragon.
I've heard of this.
Paragon Shepard is going to be the true ending.
Dude, it literally all it is hey, what color do you want your ending to be?
Well, no, okay. So Renegade ending, you live right after you kill all the AI. So you blow up, even if you make Tali and the AI like the Geth friends. And you decide to blow up all the, the Reapers. For some reason, there's no way to save them in that ending.
You blow up the mass relays.
But it wipes out it wipes out every synthetic life in the galaxy, and then you live. right?
Including the Citadel, which you were on.
Yeah, but you live for some reason in that ending. If you got enough of what was it, war assets? So
I don't know, man. The series ending is Mass Effect 2. Mass Effect Andromeda was a fever dream I wish to never revisit.
Yeah.
Andromeda was so fucking weird, and it was non-linear.
Dude, it hurt so much when you wrote me that email and you're like, yeah, man, I'm excited to come back home and play so many games that came out when I missed, like the new Mass Effect. I'm like, oh.
You didn't have the heart to tell me either, and I played it. Oh god, that game.
No, because it was literally like, oh man, do I tell him or do I not tell him?
And let him suffer.
And then
Because it'll be cruel if I tell him, but it will be crueler if I don't tell him. Yeah, I'm not gonna tell him.
Yeah. And then you didn't really tell me how bad the Star Wars was, and I watched the fucking Star Wars, and oh my god.
Just horrible.
The fact that we all watched the last one together, it was more of like we watched it to end it, right?
No, that was it. We had no pretenses. When all three of us walked into that theater, we knew exactly what was going to happen.
We were going to, be fed a shit sandwich.
I don't want to talk about it. It's a fever dream, like Braden said.
Fever dream.
Yeah. You at least seemed slightly high during it, Brandel. So, I think you had a good time.
Well, it's always a good time.
I was about to say it was like back in 2015.
It was.
It'd be easier to count the amount of times he wasn't high.
That's true, yeah.
It is also true.
Speaking of which, your mom, Braden, has this frozen gummy in her fridge right now. We live in a state where it's legal. I don't live in Utah. I live in Colorado. Just in case. Just in case. Yeah. Anyways.
Yeah.
So, the gummy all melted together. So like that one that Ben had that we took.
Oh yeah, when you ate 8 gummies in one bite.
Yeah, so I told your mom I would totally take it one day. I'll take it from her.
Tyler, do you remember how that night ended?
No.
Because you and Ben wanted food, left me at the warehouse party, and then went home.
Oh no.
Well, you said you're hooking. Well, I don't know. I don't know what you said. I remember you said that you were gonna be with this chick back then. So.
Yeah, but you didn't give me a ride afterwards.
Yeah, but then you went on an adventure, right? Didn't you go pick up some homeless person?
The people who picked me up probably thought I was a homeless person.
That's fair. I am sorry about that, but yes, you are right. That was.
And then I eventually I found my way home, and I'm knocking on the door. You're like, just knock on the door when you want me to come open the door for you, man. Then your wife / my sister opens the door and is like, oh yeah, he passed out 3 hours ago. He didn't even say anything about you coming home.
I was gone.
That sounds about right.
And notice that was the last time I took you to a rave.
Yeah. I was so gone. That was crazy. So anyways, I want to do that again.
We should all just take gummies for a podcast and see how that goes.
Dude, we should do a shroom trip together for a podcast.
Sick. I would not be opposed to that.
I think
it's just going to be a solid hour and a half of me going.
We do two different kinds. We take one with microdosing and another one where we just fucking go balls deep.
I think a microdose one would be fun, but a balls deep one would also be so much fun.
Yes.
Nah, you just got to take it and then drink apple juice.
Apple juice. Oh yeah.
Did I tell you the first time I ever did it? I think I told Braden this story.
I know, and you haven't told me yet.
I don't think I ever told Tyler this story though. Well, I think I told Braden by secondhand because this is when I was living with my roommate, the crazy one. And
which one? That doesn't really narrow it down.
Oh wait, is this the one where you started like seeing shit and like you're worried that like things were like coming after you and you thought you were outside for some reason?
No. That was something else though. But
Okay.
But I think this was the first night.
That was the different night where.
But to put it simply, because I was because we kind of derailed pretty far here, but that's okay. They got a baggie from their dealer, and it was just the bottom of his bag what he had left. So it was just caps, powder, and just caps and powder. So it was super potent to begin with. And
it was basically the hallucinogenic version of Keef.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Honestly. And so that's the best way to put it. But they gave me a handful of it and then gave me a giant glass of orange juice to go with it, which enhances the effects. And this is the first time I've ever done it. I don't think.
And don't forget, it was your older roommate, so the handle of Green Apple Crown is literally 6 inches away at all times.
Oh my God.
Yes, you're not wrong about that. But it was honestly the best trip of my life, to put it short. There was a lot of ups and downs. I pretty much got the full experience. I remember one point it was like 2 or 3 in the morning and our neighbor's car got broken into. No cops were called, but I thought the cops were going to get called, and I started freaking out.
Then you woke up with like shards of glass in your hands and you're like, what happened?
Oh God, I'd be even more terrified if that's how it played out. But the body high is like any other, and that's probably my favorite part of it. I could not care less for the hallucinogens. It definitely it makes it something else, but the body high is probably my favorite part of it.
Oh yeah, that's dope.
Yeah, we could talk about being trimmed and doomed next time.
True. Next time on Dragon Ball Z, Kakarot gets high. I think that I guess I'll wrap it up for us then today.
Yeah.
See, next time we'll discuss Yamcha overdoses on ketamine and dies.
Woo! Get
Sounds
it?
Like the filler episode. Anyway.
But Brandel, do you want to take us out?
Yeah, sure. I think he
doesn't mean with a sniper.
As always, I think it was a lot of derailment, but a lot of
I did
stuff.
Mean
that. Oh, really?
Kill me.
Tyler says it's stereotypical, but I say it's audiotistic.
Well, that just makes me want to die both ways, but
That feeling would have been there anyways.
Well, that's irrelevant, but that's my argument.
Your argument is irrelevant then.
Well, fine. You win then.
Damn right.
But I think it went well. I actually don't think I have too many other thoughts on it. I mean, we kind of went all over with a lot of different stuff. I think the most touching part, though, was the hatred
Tyler
towards
talking about the Catholic touching.
Yeah, I think it's the most relevant thing to talk about besides the AI news and Braden's that I don't remember.
Horror movies.
Yes.
It was just like trying to make you think about cum.
Yeah, that's pretty much
all it was.
Yeah. That's funny though.
Yeah.
All right, so like, if that's the end, when do you pay me? Like, you said you were hiring me for like a certain amount of time.
Yeah,
what?
You get paid.
It's been like 3 weeks, and you haven't paid me yet.
Anyways, that's all for Stereotypical today, guys. You guys have a good one. Bye.
You never said that this was just for exposure.
Bye.
if you keep talking like that, it will.
Fuck yeah.
How's it going, boys?
Easy going, man. It's a good.
Okay, Mario.
I had to watch Mario a lot today while I was, with the boys.
Oh, the movie or
the movie?
Sorry.
Yeah.
I was gonna say you're saying that like a bad thing.
Yeah. I'm sure it does get repetitive though if they, play it over and over.
It does. Yeah, that's the problem.
Which is why I don't have kids.
You're telling me you don't get thrilled and ecstatic every time you see Jack Black?
Oh no, I do, but I want to keep that going.
Well, just put it on repeat and there you go. just with him singing the Peaches.
But the problem is if you get a 4-hour erection, you're supposed to go to the hospital.
It's true.
Or you just prolong and put it on loop for 5 hours.
Yeah, in which case you would then have to go to the hospital for a erection lasting longer than 4 hours.
That is true, yeah.
For your prism.
Well, I wish you luck then.
Yeah.
I don't need luck.
He has AIDS.
Super.
Hey, episode 2 is getting some good reception, y'all.
Is it?
Already?
Is it?
Yeah.
I
I'm shocked that
before you guys
I'm
called.
shocked that anyone has listened who has actually tuned in, to be honest.
Well,
It is on my channel. So
We're
being Canadian.
practically
Huh?
what I was gonna say, like, why are you big in Canada again?
Oh, I don't know fully, but I am.
Well, that's all right.
I'm just not gonna question the Canadians.
I still get more US viewership, but quite a good. I think it's like 40% of it is Canadian.
We should just use a VPN and just force advertise on different forums and websites and be like, yo. No,
Yo, are these guys problematic or not? Should we cancel them, or are they good?
I think it depends.
What are you talking about?
Just testing to see how long we get till we get canceled.
Yeah.
Well, there's a lot worse podcasts.
It's gonna happen.
Have you heard of the two Bears, One Cave podcast?
Oh yeah,
I have heard about that.
That's
Okay.
Tom Segura's.
Yeah, that's like the pinnacle of like two bros and guys hanging out, and like they say a lot worse shit.
Oh yeah.
I like the episode. The only episode I've seen from that one was the one where they're porn actress.
Were they what?
They interviewed a porn activist, and she's like, "Actually, I'm allergic to fake cum."
I'm not gonna lie, I didn't catch any of that.
I didn't catch any of that either.
How did it just cut out? That's annoying. Yeah, they interviewed a porn actress, and she was like, "Yeah, no, actually, I'm allergic to fake cum. It makes my skin burn."
Oh. Well, unfortunate. I guess that just means she needs more volunteers.
Exactly.
Yeah, you need at least like 5 dudes
Yes.
to replace like
real cum.
one bottle.
Dear Lord.
The ratio to man to dildo semen.
Yes.
Oh, the ratio is always greater than 1.
Unless she was just that one guy. I don't know who the one guy is, but
It's someone important. That's what matters.
Yeah. Yeah, someone important. He didn't fuck cows in his childhood, we swear.
Allegedly.
Wasn't that a Yahi Soul or someone?
The ginger and the wait. No, I don't remember.
He was the guy in Russia who was who wasn't caught for a long time just because he was so stupid. The police didn't think he was smart enough to do it, and he would leave so much semen on the victims' bodies that they thought they were looking for a gang.
Oh my god!
Holy shit!
That's kind of terrifying, to be honest.
My man was able to come
Pretty sure his name was Joachim Kroll. He used to fuck cows.
Oh my god!
No, you are right. Yeah, and he had the Joachim Kroll. He had what did Dan say? It was the meat shop or the burger joint.
Where it's mostly beef, I promise.
Mostly beef. Mostly 100% beef.
It's mostly beef, I promise.
That's a good one.
That was my favorite one for a couple of years, actually.
Hey, I'm still a big fan of his history time sucks. I think I prefer those. But
yeah,
I hate serial killer ones.
Because you married my sister, dude.
I know. That's why if I'm gonna make mine, it's gonna be history based.
So
you literally asked for it.
Yeah, it's true. I did. That's my fault.
Yeah, my bad.
my bad, G.
My bad, G. I married your sister, but I didn't realize the sheer amount of serial killers.
Dear God, the sheer amount it is.
She loves them.
And the documentaries, the fucking TV shows, everything.
Damn.
And then she scares herself into not going outside.
Yes.
I get that though. I feel that, but that's why I usually watch them at night. But that also makes it room for more being creeped out. You
just don't like
that should make it worse.
But then I go to bed and then I wake up and I'm like, okay, I'm fine.
It's like putting yourself through intense horror. So when you wake up, you feel more grateful to be alive, right?
Yeah, there you go. It's not sadistic. It's survival of the fittest.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then that winds up with you dragging Tyler into a reptile store and then him freaking out and dashing into a used furniture store.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't stand snakes.
He's like, nah, man, I'm fine. It's just exposure therapy, right? Hey, where'd Tyler go? Oh, he ran into the used furniture store.
Yeah, it was a no-go.
Oh my lord.
You're like, I'm like, you okay, man? And then you're like, yeah, no, I'm fine. I'm like, you haven't taken 2 steps into the building yet.
Huh? Dude, I was in there for a minute, literally a minute, but still.
No, literally a minute.
Yeah.
What were you trying to buy?
He was into his whole snake thing and was looking at snakes.
I see.
Yeah.
That's funny you say that because I just got a Facebook notification a couple days ago, and it was for some reason on my account, maybe because I was tagged in it, but it showed a picture of your aquarium when you were starting to do fish in that gigantic fucking tank that you had.
Yeah.
Before you left, I think.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, back when I had the flower horn.
Yes. Yeah.
Tyler wasn't there for that saga, but Brandon would get high as shit and just stare at the fish tank.
Oh yeah.
That's amazing.
Brandon loves that fish tank.
Yeah, apparently Facebook had to remind me about it.
Yeah, because you get high and just look at it for hours.
It's so big, and then you never used it.
There was a fish in there.
Was there? I just remember the empty glass tank, and then for whatever reason, my memory connects it to you never actually got to use it.
No. Remember there was the fish with the big cancer thing on its head?
I do remember the fish, but I remember it being in a different tank.
No, it was in the same tank.
Ah, okay. Well, misinformation then. I guess my brain wanted to think that you never used it.
Yeah, you just stared at an empty fish tank whenever you were at my house in High.
And never imagined anything more.
Actually, no, that checks out.
Yeah. Tracks. 100% tracks.
Where is the lie, though?
Depends what lion you're talking about.
Brandel,
What?
how many times did we go to the aquarium?
At least twice.
Yeah. Hey, you preferred that to the time I took you shooting while you were high.
Oh yeah. Well, I don't think I was. Was I? I don't remember. I think it was there, wasn't it?
God. No, it was when you were living with the psycho bitch.
Oh,
The first
yeah.
psycho bitch, the one who would like strip and run across the house naked whenever we would show up.
I remember distinctly being out with you, and also in the same manner at that time, not wanting to be at that place. So yeah, it checks out.
Yeah, and then afterwards, like we got a cookie pizza because you had a free one.
Oh yeah. Well, they just gave it to me, and I don't understand why. It was fucking
And then
delicious.
you were so excited because it was a peanut butter one.
Yes. Okay, we're not gonna go down the rabbit hole of how much I like peanut butter.
Oh, well, trust me. We all know.
No. There's always assumptions, never factual evidence.
I don't need
Tyler, it
facts
was-
when I have feelings.
Tyler, it was a massive cookie that they put ice cream all over, and Brandel wanted a peanut butter cookie with peanut butter ice cream.
Oh, fuck. That sounds
Dude,
amazing.
It was so good, and because they baked it fresh, so it was hot, and so they put it on the ice cream. Dude, I took it home, and it was still a mound of ice cream, but it was soft.
Oh, my
and then,
God.
Bleeding onto the cookie. Yeah,
I think I think like I had like 2 bites. I'm like, nah, man, that's too much.
I think I ate the whole thing in one sitting.
You did. You did.
It was. I do not regret it. I forgot about that memory, so thank you. I appreciate it.
You loved that cookie.
Good cookie.
Loved that cookie.
All right. Well, should we get this shit started then?
Yeah, you did.
So. I think we derailed it enough. I think so.
Okay. I can
He
do
thought that
that.
was a derailment.
Oh well, it's just the starter. Anyway, go ahead, Tyler.
All right, we'll give it 10. That's a 10-second pause.
It's sick.
Yeah.